Hello everybody, welcome to another video. We popped up to the Peak District this weekend for a bit of a weekend away in the van, try a couple of the tweaks that we've made, but I'll give you a quick tour around, so come and have a look. And here we are. Welcome to the van. This is set out at the minute for sort of general sort of daytime use, so got the table set up over there, and got the tap with the bowl underneath it, the Alexa dot, really handy. Just around there we've got little pots of tea, coffee and hot chocolate, always handy, especially if it's on a colder day. And there's the hob that we've gone for, but I'll just show you a bit more detail. So the jars that we've got back here, they're literally just cheap jam jars from the range. I 3D printed these little trays and stuck them down onto the top, and they go absolutely nowhere when you're in transit, so it works really nicely. Now this is the hob that we went for. Decided against the single burner, because if you want to cook breakfast and have a cuppa at the same time, better to have two burners. So twin burner, really straightforward, got its own built-in piezo ignition as well, so there's no faffing around. But I did like the fact this has got sides and back on it, so it saves any sort of excess heat rolling around. And height-wise it's not bad, you don't really sort of notice any sort of heat rising towards the ceiling either. But like I said, that's the gas bottles that they use. They're just the 450 gram screw-in gas bottle, self-sealing, so really quite convenient. And as far as heater controls go, which works absolutely brilliantly, put the panel on the side here with the vent just down there. So that's the general setup that we've got. Works really well, and so far, with a couple of tweaks that we've made from last weekend's little outing, it seems to work brilliantly. Now obviously in here, that's where the bowl sits when we're in transit, so that just packs away. And on this side we've actually got some pots and pans and a drainer with microfiber cloth, so if we've sort of done the washing up, leave that on the top and just let it dry down. So that's really quite straightforward. This step stool here is the perfect height to be sat there when you're cooking or making brew. And it folds flat, takes no room up at all, so really a good idea. So literally just pick up and they're out of the way, so it takes up no room at all. In the bottom cupboards, down there's where the hob and gas bottle live. Loads and loads of room down there, and just in there is where we've got like the few baskets on a shelf where we've got like utensils, condiments and bits and bobs. They stay down there. On the right hand side cupboard, that's where we've got the wastewater, which is the actual fuel tank from the diesel heater. Reuse that, so it works well. And we've got two 10 litres as well, which can swap over straight up to the tap. And the gas bottle storage for the hob, that's down the back there. And this is a collapsible funnel, which we use for actually draining off into the wastewater tank. And looks like a handy little bit of storage there. We've just got a couple of sort of kitchen rolls down there, but that's what the cupboard space works like. Yeah, I've seen it before, but there's the electric panel, and obviously that's where the fridge sits. Brilliant, works absolutely spot on. We're parked on a bit of a slope at the minute, so this actually does pull out a little bit, but the hook and eyes work brilliantly on it. Saves any sort of hassle with it sort of sliding out in transit as well, so works fantastic. The thing we've found with running the diesel heater, flip that on in the morning for about 5 minutes, and well, this morning it took it from 14 degrees in here up to 23 degrees. It's that quick to actually warm up, so yeah, obviously on a colder night it'll probably take a bit more up, but yeah, generally it doesn't take much at all. Yeah. Well, there's not a great view at the back at the moment, but that's how we've got the windows. And so I've shown you before the bungs that fit up there for night time. They work amazingly. Last night was quite damp here. We had a little bit of condensation in the front screens, but nothing at all on the back screen with the bungs in, so they work brilliantly. And I did mention that we made a few tweaks from last weekend. Nothing too major, but little things like that socket there was just slightly too far over, so the cushion was really shoved up against it. So I've moved that over. And what I did find was when we're setting up the bed at night, I was catching the light button, which is the top button down there, with the cushion and turn the lights off. So I modified the code on that, so basically you have to hold it down for ½ seconds now for it to actually sort of trigger the light switch. That's worked brilliantly. As far as any other sort of cosmetic tweaks go, it's literally been things like, say, putting the pots up there so it saves us cupboard space. The sort of hob positioning, it's handy being like it is because you can actually move it around to suit. What we tend to do is try and get, if the kettle's boiling, it points up towards the vent, which works brilliantly. You put your hand up there, you can feel it just drawing the air through. That works great. And so we've got the curtain up now, which works fantastically. It's not a blackout curtain, but you don't really need a blackout curtain until sort of early hours, but it's not too much of a problem. It holds out enough light so you don't really suffer from that, but it separates everything out and you can't see in from the outside. All you see is a little bit of glow coming across the very top of the curtain, but yeah, that's not a problem at all. So now we're in transit mode, so everything's packed away. We fold the back rests of the seats down because they do tend to fall over in transit anyway, so that's ready to go. That little stool that bungees up to the back seat there, so it doesn't go anywhere. We've also got another little step stool outside that goes with that, that we just use for stepping into the van. But yeah, that's it. We're ready to move again. But yeah, really straightforward, really easy. It takes about 10 minutes to actually pack everything away and be ready to go. So there you have it, a quick van tour, and yeah, we're happy. It works better than we first thought. Like I said, the little tiny tweaks and stuff like that, more procedures than anything, which way round to do things, has worked absolutely brilliantly. Like I say, this weekend was the test. We've made the changes. Has it worked? And yeah, it's brilliant. Like I say, I'll pop a link for the hob that we use and the tap down below if you want to take a look at that. Now, the guys that did our upholstery for the cushions, they were absolutely brilliant. Price was really keen as well, but the material that we've gone for, it's actually a vinyl, but it doesn't look vinyl. It looks like material. It's stupidly hard wearing, and it's exactly what we're looking for. But I'll pop a link to their website down below. Go check them out. And so they do various sort of different. It's not just Nottingham based. They will do sort of stuff nationally as well if you're ordering things. But they were absolutely brilliant. Family run business, and yeah, go check them out. They do some brilliant stuff, and it's not just sort of van stuff. They'll do no end of different types of upholstery. So yeah, go check them out. But so we're going to go and have a wander now and decide where we're going to park up tonight. But if you like the video, please hit the like button. Really helps out. If you're not subscribed, give us a subscribe. Helps the channel grow and helps me sort of push more content out for you. But we'll see you on the next one. Take care.